아니, 꼬마야, 매 아이. 마음에 못다. 대호래라. एकदम मालूम है ना तेरे को नहीं है मस्त आना है तो आपको अच्छा सा हो मेथड मैनेजमेंट कौन कौन सा होगा खाली फाइल खाली होगा है फेस पेपर खोले
ऑर्डर for the last day. Peppermint. Okay. So the repeat position is the shadow to
Item 7 and 8 of supplementary list for judgment.
From a careful reading of the testimonies of PW3, PW5, PW12, and PW13, and in the light of the law laid down as aforesaid, we have to view the evidences of these witnesses pertaining to the assault, seizures, and eyewitnesses of the occurrence, which resulted in the death of the victim of disease, are credible, reliable, and trustworthy, and appears credible, and conviction of appellants by the court can be based on the testimony of PW12, which is corroborated by other evidences which warrants no interference. We have therefore no incertitude in holding that the evidence led by the prosecution establishes the charges brought against the appellants in Criminal Appeal 36 of 2020 and Criminal Appeal 37 of 2020 beyond reasonable doubt. Therefore, learned trial court had rightly convicted them.
Obliged.
You put this date.
तখন kita photo no kita asan
Court.
status ila itu point hearing to so kita koi
Yeah.
Item 1 of daily list orders.
Paper book is ready.
Lordship, but nobody is there. Lordship may fix the matter for hearing.
Yeah.
But there's an office note, my lord. I don't know. I have not gone through.
What office note?
Cause list says, you know,
It's with regard to paper book.
my lord.
This is the one. None appears, learned, I'm just curious after. Is it amicus curiae? No.
No, my lord.
Okay, cancel it. None appears for the appellant. Heard MS. B. Boyan, learned additionally the Assam. Paper book is ready, list and matter for hearing. Usual cost.
Usual course.
Two,
Wait, please. So appeal against acquittal, Lordship. LCR has been received, Lordship. Paper will be necessary, Lordship.
Yeah, Mr. A. Alam,
Yes, Lord. Judge Alam.
Z. Alam. Heard Mr. Z. Alam, learned counsel for the appellant. Also heard MS. B. Boyan, learned additional PPS. LCRs have been received. Registry directive to prepare the paper.
Lordship may observe, my lord, none, because it's a appeal against acquittal, none is appearing for the,
Okay.
none is,
None
Lordship,
appears.
counsel is absent.
None appears for. the-
Service is complete. Their name has been
Respondent number 2, isn't it?
Lordship,
226.
name is shown in the cause list.
226, Lordship. We have
Check
taken
this
step.
first.
Most probably service is also complete because their name has appeared in the call.
Yes. None appears for the respondents. 226.
226.
226. List the matter after 4 weeks.
Napier.
three,
As per office note, the IA, which I filed on the January 17 is not traced out by the office mallet.
Yes.
So I may be allowed to give a assistant to the office mallet for.
Okay. That you do it.
Yes,
We're
sir.
not mentioning anything in the.
Hmm.
When do you want it?
mallet, As in when the office will
Heard
test out.
MSB Boyan, learned additional PPS. On request made by Mr.
P Deca.
P. Decker, learned counsel for the appellant. List the matter after 2 weeks.
Yes, mallet.
My lord, I beg apology for in connection with item note 2, my lord. It has been
Yes.
shown that none represented with the respondent. I was in court number 11, my lord. Just kindly.
On the, just say Mr. S. This was learned counsel appears for the respondent.
Mashallah. Develop.
four,
Please, your lordship. Lordship, my senior is out of station and appearing on behalf of him, Mr. Arunakshu. He is an amicus in this case. We have not received the paper book yet.
Lordship, SC has been received. Paper book has not
LCRs have been received, paper book is not.
Not
Yes,
yet.
paper. Heard Mr.
F. Faridi, lordship.
F. Faridi, learned counsel appearing on behalf of the learned amicus curiae. Also heard MSB Boyan, learned additional PPS. LCRs have been received. Registry is directed to prepare the paper book. And list the matter after 4 weeks.
Much obliged.
obliged.
five,
5, this is a state appeal against acquittal, your lordship. The appellant, the respondent was acquitted of 366, 376, as well as POCSO Act, section 4.
It's coming up for the first time.
I'd say, but the IA is before your lordship, there's a delay of 69 days.
They will have to issue notice
Not.
in the IA.
Hmm.
Heard MS S. Jahan, learned additional PPS for the applicants. Issue notice. Applicants to take steps for service of notice on the sole respondent.
Yes, Zakir Hussain
On
only.
the sole respondent by registered court AD within 1 week.
Not.
Within 1 week from today. List the matter after 4 weeks. Your name is not reflected here.
There's only, nothing is shown. PP, ma'am.
Registry is directed to reflect the name of the learned PP appearing for the applicants in the cost list.
Apply.
6, hearing.
May I please, Your Lordship, the matter minus appeal against acquittal minor preferred by the victim minor. All the accused person has been minor searched under section 302 along with 34 by IPC minor. Considering the evidence on record minor, the trial court minor acquitted all the accused person minor.
All parties are ready?
Yes, the accused are there.
The accused are represented by their own set of counsel minor.
5 to 12, which is shown in the cause list, yes, 2, 3, 4 by Mr. Mubarak up to winner. And 5 to 12 is by some Borua. She's there.
Barwa is there?
Yeah.
And Mubarak?
Yes. Present.
Yeah, Mubarak.
My lord, the acquittal has been, my lord, on the basis of no evidence. The my lord appellant has, my lord, categorically stressed on the, my lord, the dying declaration, my lord, which has been not considered by the trial court that it is a dying declaration, my lord. The dying declaration is supported by the PW 1, 2, 3, 4, my lord. Altogether, my lord, 11 accused person, 11 witnesses been examined, my lord. Though in a reflected, my lord, here is 10. 5 has been, my lord, 2 times has been written. It would have been 6, 7, 8 like this, my lord. And then, my lord, the 7s are, my lord, non-official witness, rest are official witness, my lord. So, Lordship may come to the, my lord, first FIR, my lord, of the paper book, my lord.
Page?
Page 4, my lord. The FIR is lodged by the brother of the, my lord, deceased, my lord. My lord. Sorry, with due respect, married, my lord. With due respect, I beg to submit that I am a permanent resident of Komartola Suburi of Borkhola Gao under the Poop. My father name is let Horicharan Das. In the evening on 8/3/2002, while I was not present at home, Kandarpo Das and his 2 sons, namely Manoj Das and Arup Das, of the aforementioned village, forcibly took my youngest brother, Sri Pankaj Das, away from the house, through some youth, and thereafter they threatened him inside Sohit Smriti Sangha at Borkhola Gaon. Because of the aforesaid circumstances, I am a guardian of I as a guardian took Sri Pankaj on the house of my elder brother Nunmati, Guwahati, and left him there in the morning hours of 9/3/2022 to 2002. But the boys mentioned in the Azhar again brought Sri Pankaj Das from Guwahati, and after committing assault on him at around 11 p.m., they made him consume dicron, a kind of liquid poison, and left him at the veranda of Sohit Smriti Sangha in the Morban state. Thereafter, hearing the screaming of Pankaj, the neighboring people woke up, and coming there with lights, they found Sri Pankaj lying in the morbid state, whereupon the boys entered the house of the Kandarpo Das at a run. Then, seeing the condition of Pankaj to be critical, the villagers rushed him to nearby Borua Nursing Home, Nalbari, and got him admitted there. But finding his condition to be critical, doctor of the nursing home has referred him to the neurological nursing home, Guwahati. My lord, matter is this, my lord, on there is a sum, my lord, on 8/3/2022. The FIR name accused person, my lord, they have picked up his brother from his house, my lord, then threatened to him to a, my lord, that Sohit Smriti Sangha. That is a one common place, my lord. Sohit Smriti Sangha, my lord. There he was taken to him, and coming to know, he went there, my lord, and brought his brother, my lord, and due to fear, my lord, he kept the brother or brought the brother to Guwahati, my lord, Nunmati, and his elder brother's house. And the next day, my lord, again he was found, my lord, with the accused person in the death, my lord, Sohit Nias, my lord, and he was been forced to consume dichrome, my lord. Thereafter, he found to be, my lord, serious. Then he was admitted to a local hospital of the nursing home, the Nolbari, my lord. Thereafter, on the reference of the Nolbari doctors, my lord, he was referred to Guwahati. On the way, my lord, he died. My lord, thereafter, when he was, my lord, referred to Guwahati, then FIR has been lost, my lord. This is the FIR, my lord. This charge has been first framed, my lord, against the, let's see, we come to page 7, my lord. Charge been framed against the, my lord, the FIR name accused person, my lord, 3 of them, my lord. A Kondorpo, Manoj Das, and Orup. Kondorpo is the father, Manoj Das and Orup Das are the sons of the Kondorpo. So under 302, my lord, here, the page 7, this charge has been framed, my lord, against the D3 accused person, my lord, under 302, read with 34 of, my lord, IPC. Thereafter, my lord, when, my lord, the case was committed to the trial session court, my lord, for trial, after taking evidence, my lord, then again, my lord, some person mentioned come, my lord, in the evidence of the 5 PWC, my lord. Then, my lord, the notice has been issued to the accused person, my lord, under 319 of the CRPC to appear before the court, my lord, to face the trial. According to the appeared, my lord, according to some has been framed, my lord. This is the, my lord, second charge, my lord, against the other accused person, my lord. Let's see, we come to the page 9. Later on, my lord, against the this Kailash Das, Gautam Das, Khagen Das, altogether, my lord, 11 accused person. My lord, this is has been framed, my lord, in 17th day of March 2006, my lord. In the meantime, my lord, on the basis of committal, my lord, first, my lord, initially 5 PW 1 to 5 has been examined, my lord. Thereafter, my lord, again, de novo trial has been started, my lord. Lordship may come to the then, my lord, the PW 1, my lord. Lordship may, my lord, may refer the de novo trial part, my lord. Though earlier, my lord, 5 person has been examined, 1 to 5. After de novo, again, they were re-examined, my lord. And then it will be start from 2006, my lord. The 2004 one is the, my lord, before adding the other accused person, my lord, 339 of the CRPC, my lord. The lordship may come to the page, my lord, 16. This is the evidence of PW1, which is the appellant, my lord, and the complainant, my lord. May I read, my lord? The, my lord, PW 1, 2, 3 evidence are relevant, my lord. That's why I'm reading, my lord. On oath, it is on, my lord, 28/6/2006, re-examination. If C part is almost similar, my lord. I am the informant of this case. I know the accused person, including accused Khagen Das, who is represented today by learned lawyer. On 8/3/2002, at about 7:30 p.m., I was not present at my house. I returned at about 7:30 p.m. My mother, Mongoli Das, and sister Pratibha Das told me that my brother Pankaj was taken by Khagen Das, Manoj Das, Orup Das, Kailash Das. All the accused person names are dear, my lord. Kailash Das, Gautam Das, Khagen Das, Jogen Sharma, Babul Das, Dipen Das, Ratul Sharma, and Amoresh Lokar. They also threatened my mother and sister, stating that they will bring back Pankaj Das and no hue and cry should be met. They told that Pankaj Das will be taken to Shahid Smriti Sangha. I ran to the Sangha and saw that the doors and windows of the Sangha were closed and Pankaj was sitting there. Thereafter, accused person opened the door and ran to the house of Kondorpo Das, along with the accused Khagen Das and his wife Moina Bala Das and the daughter Konika Das. Then I took Pankaj Das to our house and asked Pankaj Das about the occurrence. Pankaj told me that he should marry the daughter of the Khagen Das, else he would be killed. My lord, my lord,
Is it Khagen Das or Kondorpo Das?
Kondorpo Das. The my lord, accused number 1, my lord. The respondent number 1, my lord. I thought that there might be danger to Pankaj. So Pankaj is the my lord victim, the died, my lord. So I took Pankaj to the house of my elder brother, Phanindra Mohan Das at Guwahati. I kept Pankaj there, and keeping Pankaj Das there, I returned home. At night at about 11:30 p.m. on that day, I heard sound of screaming. I am dying, hearing the sound, my lord. After dropping him in the Guwahati, my lord, he thought that he is in Guwahati, my lord. But on the next day, my lord, in the evening, he heard the sound, my lord, in that's Smriti Sangha, my lord, nearby one, my lord, social place of gathering houses there, my lord. At night at about 11:30 p.m. on that day, I heard sound of screaming, I am dying. Hearing the sound, I rushed toward the Sohit Smriti Sangha. I lighted the torch, saw the accused person and recognized them. I saw a person lying on the ground. The accused person ran away and entered into the house of Kondorpo Das. I lighted the torch and saw Pankaj Das lying on the ground. I raised halla. Villagers came. I asked Pankaj as to how he came from Guwahati. Pankaj told me that he was taken from Guwahati by accused Manoj Das, Arup Das, Khagen Das, Jogen Sharma, and Dijen Das, and Pankaj Das. Was in the serious condition. Villager advised me to shift the Pankaj to the hospital immediately. I also saw one handkerchief and one bottle lying in the veranda of Sangha. Pankaj told me that some poisonous fluid was poured in his eyes and mouth and he became blind. Then I took Pankaj to our home and then to Borua Nursing Home at Nalbari. On 10/3/2002, Pankaj was referred to International Hospital at Guwahati by Borua Nursing Home. On the way to hospital, Pankaj died. The dead body of the Pankaj was taken to GMCH where a postmortem was done. I lodged Ezahar on that day at Hograpada PS. Exhibit 1 is the Ezahar filed by me and Exhibit 1 is my signature. Police seized one handkerchief and one bottle in my presence by PW2 and Exhibit 2. Exhibit 2(1) is my signature. Police recorded my statement. Cross-examination for the defense reserve, my lord. Then, my lord, next, my lord, cross-examination. Oath, cross-examination by defense. It is not a fact that I did not state before the IO that my mother and sister told me the accused person, namely Kondorpo Das, Manoj Das, Arup Das, Kailash Das, Gautam Das, Khagen Das, Jogen Das, Babul, Hiren, Babul Das, Dipen Das, Ratul Sharma, and Amresh Lokor took away Pankaj Das. It is not a fact that I did not state before the IO that my mother and sister were threatened. I filed the Ezahar before Pankaj died. In the Ezahar, the names of the accused person who were later included were not given. On 8/3/2020, when I rushed to the Sohit Smriti Sangha, none accompanied me. I found that the doors and window of the Sangha were closed. I heard the Pankaj was being threatened inside the house. When the door opened, I entered into the room and found the accused person left the room. After my entering into the room, the accused person did not do anything. Accused person did not do anything to Pankaj. I took Pankaj to home and kept him in the night at my home. I did not file Ezahar to the police regarding the incident of 8/3/2002. That prior to that incident, he was took to the Sohit Smriti Sangha prior to that. That in this regard, no FIR has been filed, Thereafter, he has been kept in Guwahati, In the cross-examination, they have put, that he admitted that there is no FIR has been filed. The incident of 8/3/2002. It is not a fact that I did not state before the IO that Pankaj told me that if he did not marry the daughter of Kondorpo, he would be killed and he would face consequence. My lord, here, my lord, it is not a fact that I did not state before the IO that Pankaj told me that if he did not marry the daughter of Kondorpo, he would be killed and he would face consequence, my lord. On 9/3/2002 in the morning at about 6 a.m., I took Pankaj to Nunmati, Guwahati, and kept him there in the house of my elder brother, Panindra Mohan Das. On that day, my elder brother was at Jagirot, but my sister-in-law, Kavita Das, was present in the house. I returned back in the evening. I did not see any injury on the body of the Pankaj on Iman. That 8/3/2002, there is no injury. And 9/3/2002, my brother or sister-in-law did not lose any case on 9/3/2002 and also did not inform me anything about the Pankaj. My lord, here, my lord, as he has been, my lord, allegation is that he has been brought from Guwahati to my lord Nalbari again on the next day. So whether the people at Guwahati, my lord, whether lodged an FIR or not, my lord, on that day, the elder brother, he was in somewhere, my lord, at Jagirat. Only the, my lord, sister-in-law was there, my lord. She has not filed any FIR, my lord. And the impression is that, my lord, as he has been kept, might he has gone to his house without informing her, my lord. On 8/3/2002, when I went to the Sohit Smriti Sangha, I did not notice any other person except the accused persons. So all the 11 accused persons, that means. In the night of 9/3/2009, I went to the Smriti Sangha hearing Halla and so many persons in the Baranda of the Smriti Sangha. I saw accused person there assaulting the Pankaj Das. It is not a fact that I deposed falsely as to that the accused person were assaulting Pankaj Das. It is not a fact that I did not state before the IO and I heard Pankaj to say, I am dying. I saw the accused person on 9/3/2002 from the distance at about 150 feet. The night was dark. I lightened the torch. Accused person fled away and I saw Pankaj lying on the veranda. When I told Pankaj, he told me that some poisonous articles were poured on his eyes and mouth, and he could not see. I personally did not see pouring of the poisonous articles. I found one bottle lying nearby and cork of the bottle was open. A handkerchief was lying near Pankaj. I took the bottle and the handkerchief on that night to my house. I handed over the bottle and handkerchief to the police. I have not seen the bottle and the handkerchief today in the court. I found smell on the face of Pankaj, but I could not recognize the smell. In the night of 9/3/2002, I took Pankaj to Borua Nursing Home, Nalbari. But doctors of Borua Nursing Home referred Pankaj to International Hospital, Guwahati. Pankaj was in the position to speak quickly and Pankaj was at Borua Nursing Home. But I did not know if the medical officer of Borua Nursing Home recorded my statement, recorded any statement of Pankaj. Pankaj was taken to Guwahati by Nalbari, Hajo Road. After sending Pankaj, I went to lose a fire. Pankaj expired on the way to Guwahati near Hajo. The Ezahar submitted by me was written by one Kumud Das. It is not a fact that I did not mention in my Ezahar that Pankaj was taken from Guwahati by the accused Manoj Das, Arup Das, Khagen Das, Jagadish Sharma, and Dijen Das. Then say their names were not mentioned in Ezahar, but their names were stated before the IO from the International Hospital. From the International Hospital, and dead body of the Pankaj was sent for postmortem examination. Dead body of the Pankaj was taken home on 10/3/2002 at about 8 p.m. And on the day his dead body was not cremated. When the dead body of Pankaj was received, I became unconscious. On the following morning, I gained senses. I heard that the dead body of the Pankaj was cremated in front of the Shiv Mandir of the accused Kondarpo Das. My lord, due to my lord, these people, my lord, villager, they forcefully that my lord, the dead body of the accused person was cremated, my lord, in front of the campus of the my lord accused person. Accused person number 1 to 3, my lord. It is not a fact that after cremation of the dead body of Pankaj, I, along with some others, damaged the houses, vehicle, etc. of the accused persons and set fire. In the Court of Assistant Session Judge Nalbari, session case number so is pending against me and other persons for the mischief by the fire. So the my lord, the respondent one also filed an Azahar, my lord, regarding my lord, the mischief, my lord, and this, my lord. So that is pending, my lord. That is bringing the contradiction that there is an enmity. That's why this, my lord, prosecution witnesses taken their name, my lord. Because then in my lord prose, this the defense lawyer suggested that because of that you are bringing those names, my lord. That is not the, my lord. Because this case has been only because of outrage of the people, my lord. They have cremated the, my lord, disease body there inside their campus, and they have, my lord, ransacked the house, the people of the villagers, my lord. So there cannot be enmity. It is prior incident. FIR lost by the PW1 is a prior incident. This is a subsequent incident, my lord. In our village, there was a road running from the east to west. On this road, the western end house of the Kondarpo is situated. So Kondarpo's house also, my lord, the nearby, not that much, my lord, far. In front of the house, Kondarpo Das, house of Bharat Das is situated. In front of the house of Bharat Das, there is a road from the north to the south. In the east of the road, LP school, Sahit Smriti Sangha is situated. In front of the Sangha, the house of Nirupama Das is situated. So Nirupama Das is with the PW2, my lord. Her house is situated in front of the that much Sahit Smriti Sangha, my lord, the place of occurrence. In the east of the Sangha, house of the Deep Das is situated. He also, my lord, one of the prosecution witness. In the east of the house of the Deep Das, crossing house of 5-6 families, my home is situated. On the west of the house of the Kondarpo Das, on the north of the Smriti Sangha, there is a big paddy field. There is a bamboo grove on the backside of the house of the Kumud Das. At that time, father of Kumud Das was at Guwahati. Police came to the evening of 10/3/2002. Police seized the bottle and the handkerchief from my home. It is not a fact that Pankaj had laughed with Monica. It is not a fact that I lost the case falsely. It is not a, my lord. Here, my lord, the PW is specific, my lord. PW1 is specific, my lord. So he is the complainant and brother of the, my lord, the victim disease, my lord. So he first day, my lord, he came to know from his wife and daughter. Then his younger brother is picked up from his house on 8/3/2002, my lord. Then he went to the restaurant. He entered, my lord, in the room. Door was closed. Then they ran away. He brought his brother and took into Guwahati, brought into Guwahati, and kept his, my lord, elder brother's house. Though my lord, elder brother is away from house, the sister-in-law was there, my lord. Then on the next day, my lord, again evening, he heard the sound, my lord. Morilu, my lord, crying sounds. So he went to that same place, my lord, so it's Smriti Sangha, and found the accused person was, my lord, surrounded, assaulting him, my lord. That is admitted, my lord. That is admitted. And the, my lord, he found some smell, here something is, there is one bottle, my lord, Zycloprom, my lord, that the poisonous smell, liquid poisonous. And it's, there is one handkerchief, my lord. And my lord, seeing this, he took the handkerchief and bottle, my lord. Next day, he handed over to the police, my lord. And it is sent for postmortem, my lord, the examination, my lord, examination, my lord. But on the court, my lord, that has been not shown in the court, my lord. My lord, this is, my lord, in the, my lord, close examination, they could not demolish, my lord, the evidence of the PW1, my lord. That there is no incident. He has not seen the accused person, and his brother was not picked up by them. That part is my remain the same, my lord. Then my lord, so we come to the PW 2, my lord. 2 is page 22 is my lord, it is taken on 2004. So I have to see the my lord 2006 part, that is 25 my lord. He has been also examined initially, my lord. The Nevo part is my lord in page 25, PW2. Nirupoma Das, who is the just front side of the place of occurrence, residence of your neighbor. Married man. Page 25. I know the accused person. The accused person are absent today. I know them too. I know this is Pankaj Das, Boga. I know informant Lavanya Das. He is the elder brother of the disease Pankaj Das. I do not have any enmity or dispute with the accused person. Around 7:30 a.m. on 8/3/2002, while I was coming from Guwahati, I saw the public head gathering in the village road, my lord. This is time is same with the my lord, PW1, my lord. When I asked as to what had happened, I was told that the accused person had taken Boga alias Pankaj to Sohit Smriti Sangha. I went to the Sangha. I knocked at the door of the Sangha, opened the door. I entered inside. I saw the accused person inside. I have seen accused Manoj and Arup in the court. Out of the accused person I had seen there. I have seen accused Manoj and Arup in the court out of the accused person I had seen there. So, my lord, the PW2 specifically identified Manoj and Arup, my lord. Manoj and Arup. Among the accused person that they are present. The accused person were threatening him that they would kill him. I offered resistance. Whereupon Manoj Das pushed me out by neck. Then I cried, Pankaj is being assaulted. Then the people rushed there, whereupon the accused person entered the house of the Manoj Das and Kondorpo Das. So Kondorpo Das is the father, Manoj and Anup is the son, my lord. Who have been, my lord, who against whom first has been framed, my lord. Manoj Das threatened me and took Pankaj to his house thereafter. I left for home. I came to know in the morning that Pankaj had been sent to Guwahati. Around 11 p.m., I heard sound, thap thap. Then I heard someone uttering, Morilu, Morilu, I am dying, I am dying. When come out of and flashing the torch, I saw the accused person Manoj Das there. They were assaulting Pankaj. Pankaj was asked to wash his mouth. He also said, something has been poured in my eyes. The Pankaj said. I saw a bottle with word Dinochrome written on it and handkerchief lying there. So, my lord, it is admitted that both the PW has seen the bottle and the my lord, the handkerchief. When I asked Pankaj as to how he had come there from Guwahati, he replied me that Manoj, Arup, Khogen, Jogen, Dipen Das had brought him from the Guwahati, my lord. Then, my lord, he also said that after beating him up in the house of Kondorpo, they had brought him to the Barunda of the Sangha. So he was brought from Guwahati, my lord, by this person's name in the my lord, by the PW2, my lord. And he is taken to the Kondorpo's house, my lord. Then, my lord, in his house, my lord, he was beaten, my lord. He disclosed before the PW2, my lord. When she inquired, my lord. As he was earlier days, he was taken to Guwahati, how he reached, my lord, that Smriti Sangha, my lord. Then he said that, my lord, I have been brought from Guwahati by these persons, taken to the Kondorpo house, and they have been beaten up me. Thereafter, again, he has been brought to the, my lord. So it's Smriti Sangha, my lord. When I sounded an alarm, a lot of people found there. Those people took Pankaj to Nalbari for treatment. I did not go to Nalbari. Later, I came to know that he had been referred to Guwahati from Nalbari and he had breathed his last on the way. Police examined me in connection with this, my lord, cross part, my lord. On 8/3/2002, I did not notice whether anybody else had gone to the Sangha prior to my going there. That day after I had been pushed out of the Sangha by neck, I left the place shouting. I could learn from a couple of my villagers that Pankaj had been there, but I did not ask their names. It was Manoj who told me that my daughter had been abducted. It was Manoj who told me that my daughter had been abducted. I did not lose affair with the police station. My lord, here, my lord, some translation, my lord, not exactly, my lord. It was Manoj who told me that my daughter had been abducted. Actually, he was written that if you, my lord, say something, your daughter will be kidnapped, my lord. So here, my lord, the daughter had been abducted. So in this regard, in the course, whether you have lost an affair,
Can you check up the LCR?
Lordship, please.
I did not lose the affair. So, my lord, whether it has been, my lord, affair, she said that I did not file a affair, that my daughter will be abducted, my lord. That's what she's denying, my lord. I stated to the police that I had been pushed out by the neck. Also, my lord, in the cross, she said that I stated before the police that I have been, my lord, pushed by neck. The accused person, namely Kondorpo Das, Orup Das, Monica Das, Kontapur Das' wife, Maina Das, Kailas Das, Gautam Das, Khogen Das, Jogen Das, Dipen Das, Babul Das, Amresh Lokor and Ratul Sumai were present in the Smriti Sangha on that day. Now she also, my lord, in the clause also saying that this, all the accused persons, my lord, 11 accused persons were also present. I mentioned the names of this accused person before the Daroga. It is not a fact that I did not mention the name of this accused person before Daroga. The bottle and the handkerchief were lying near Pankaj. A VDP member took the bottle and handkerchief away. I did not notice whether the cap of the bottle was open or fixed. Only here is a, my lord, there is only contradiction, my lord. That is, she is saying that, my lord, the PW1 said that I too. PW2 said that, my lord, the bottle and handkerchief was lying near the Pankaj. A VDP, he said that the VDP person pick up. That is minor, my lord, contradiction. But the presence of the bottle and handkerchief is there, man.
But whether these PW 1 and 2 were together at the same time or different time?
No, not same time.
But then it's a statement is like on the same time, at the same time.
Same time, maybe slightly difference. Because when the PW
Different time.
but
Is it
some
in a different-
but 7:30 in between, but in the nearby 7 p.m. Not exactly same time, but they are describing because the PW2 coming from Guwahati getting down.
Both said
Take the halla.
11 p.m. Both said PW2 1 and 2.
Lord, this 7:30 is earlier this month. 11 exactly, my lord. 11 p.m. My lord.
That's why we're asking.
My lord, my lord.
Because at
My
the
lord.
same time
Lordship
or
is correct, my lord.
The daughter part is there in the original also. It's in Assamese. So it's written that I had not given any ejahar to the police regarding the kidnapping of my daughter by Manoj. This is what was stated in the original.
Agor line to be seen.
Tar agor line to nai. It was Manoj who told me that my brother has been abducted to Nairobi.
That I'll kidnap your daughter. Ek kotha to ache niki? Agor line.
On agor line, it's not there. The line which is there in the original, Mur Swali Opoharan Korabuli Honde Monoje Kua Kotha Moi Thanat Ejahar Dia Nasilu. Muk
But there is a one line in Assamese, my lord. They are making two.
I did not lodge the ejahar with the police station is there regarding the kidnapping of my daughter by Manoj. Same thing in a
Same
way.
thing. Only there is a two lines.
Apparan
One
is
line.
an abduction.
Abduction. is
Abduction.
Apparan, it said.
Apaharan. It's, I don't know where it has come from.
Then my page 28, my lord. I flashed my torch at 11 p.m. on 9 March after hearing hue and cry. The accused person were assaulting Pankaj. It is not a fact that I did not state these things to the police. I flashed the torch from the close distance. I saw the accused person in the flash of the torch. I also shouted. Public came there. Smriti Sangha is situated in front of my house. A road runs east-west by the front of my house. Jungles are there behind the Sangha. It is not a fact that I stated to police that when I shouted the Pankaj was being assaulted, some boys entered the house of control. It is not a fact that I stated to police when I shouted that Pankaj was being assaulted, some boys entered the house of Kondarpo. This is denying me. My husband does not stay at home. Pramod Das is my son. At the time of incident, he was pursuing his higher secondary course. He did not go there along with me. I found Pankaj lying on the veranda of Sangha. When Pankaj asked to wash his face, other person, namely Gauri, Kumud, Rajiv were present. A lot of villagers also present there. Some vomits were there. I noticed injury on the person of Pankaj. I also saw blood oozing out from his person. I heard that Pankaj had loved Kondarpo's daughter. I heard that on 8/3/2000, she's not coming, 2023, Pankaj was picked up from the Sangha and was kept in the house of Lavanya. I saw the accused person running away. And when I went there by flashing the torch, I saw the accused person running away from a short distance. I did not know if it was noticed that Pankaj was a visiting. It was noticed that Pankaj had a visiting terms with the family of the Kondarpo. I am not aware if there had any discussion over the matter of marriage of Kondarpo's daughter Nomita with Pankaj. I did not state to the police that after waking up, when I, along with my son Pranav, had gone to the Sangha, I had seen Pankaj lying and writing on the veranda of the Sangha. Reading on the veranda of the Sangha. It is not a fact that I stated to show to the police. It is not a fact that I stated to police that some boys had entered the Kondarpo's house. Kondarpo's wife had lodged a case against my husband and son, alleging that they had burned their house. That, my lord, the PW2's husband, and they have lodged the affair against the husband of the PW2 and his son, my lord. For mischief, my lord, mischief and death, my lord, for cremation in the campus. On 9 March, just after going to the Sangha, I did not meet Lavanya there. On 9 March, just after going to the Sangha, I did not meet Lavanya there. Police did not seize the bottle and handkerchief in my presence. I did not go to the medical college. Pankaj Das was brought on a vehicle. Neither my husband nor my son, nor I came with him. I did not see Pankaj being brought from Guwahati. I saw Pankaj being taken to Guwahati. A road ran by the front of the house of Kondarpo. My house and that of the Devi Das are located on the same boundary near the Smriti Sangha. The house of Dev Das is the east of the Sangha Lavanya Das. House is 5 houses apart from the Sangha. These are not relevant, my lord. It is not a fact that the house of Poni and Bharat are situated in front of the Kondarpo's house. The house of Kumud Master is situated near the house of Kondarpo. I have heard that Pankaj was cremated in front of the temple of the house of the accused. I do not remember how many days after the incident I made statement to the police. I have not seen the bottle and handkerchief in the court today. On 9th March, the people carried Pankaj to the house of Lavanya from Sangha. It is not a fact that my husband and son had set fire a house and that since a case has been lost over that matter, I have adduced false evidence out of just my lord. Here also, my lord, though there is a minor discrepancy, my lord, that cannot be, they could not demolish the evidence of the PW2, my lord. That it fact remains that, my lord, she was present, she has seen those accused person, my lord. Only she is denying that bottle and handkerchief is not, she is in front of presence of her, nor he is a Caesar witness. Lord, she may come to my lord. PW here is 4, then PW3. PW3, my lord, page 33. Gauri Sharan Das, my lord.
Who's PW3?
Gauri Sharan Das, my lord, page 33. Dean of Apart, my lord. Lordship got it.
Yes.
I know the accused person. About 3 years ago, occurrence took place on 9/3/2002 at about 11:30 p.m. Occurrence took place in the veranda of Sohit Smriti Sangha. I was in my residence, which is situated about 40 feet away from the Sangha. The road was nearby house. On the day of occurrence at about 11:30 p.m., I was about to go to the bed. Then I heard cries, Morilu, Morilu. That means I am dying, I am dying. I found the voice to be of the Pankaj Das. I came out from the house and went towards the Sangha. I had a 3-battery torchlight in my hand. In the light of the torch, I saw the accused person on the veranda of the Sangha and saw Pankaj Das was lying in a very critical condition. I saw one bottle to be containing poison with smell and one handkerchief near Pankaj. Pankaj was crying Morilu, Morilu. I asked him how he came from the Guwahati to that place, because he also knows that he was been dropped earlier day in Guwahati. Pankaj told me that the accused person took him from Guwahati. This is also admitted fact. The PW1 also saying that, PW2 also saying, Malad, 3 also saying, and assaulted him in the house of Kondorpo and brought him to the veranda of Sangha. So after being from Guwahati, he was firstly taken to the house of the accused person number 1, my lord, respondent 1, and he is beaten up. Then he was brought to the Sangha, my lord. Then when he uttered, then people had come to know that there is a, my lord, human cry on somebody's, my lord, crying for help. Pankaj stated before me names of the accused person, namely Kondorpo Das, Monos, and Orup. These are the, my lord, fathers and both sons. Kailash Das, Jogen Das, Babul Das, these are villagers, to be the persons who assaulted him. Pankaj told that accused person, with the help of handkerchief, they spread liquid on his face and eyes. We took Pankaj from the Sangha to their home and gave him first aid and then took to the Borua nursing home.
1 minute.
All this, my lord. My lord, the 3 of the PW, my lord, they have said that there is an incident, he has been beaten up, he has been brought from Guwahati to, my lord, then thereafter to the Sangha, and they have seen, my lord, online in the torchlight, my lord. All of them carry torch, my lord. Page 34, my lord. We took Pankaj from the Sangha to their home and gave him first aid and then took him to Borua Nursing Home, Nalbari. On 10/3/2002, as per the advice of the doctor, Borua Nursing Home, Pankaj was taken to International Hospital, Guwahati, and on the way Guwahati, near Hazo, Pankaj succumbed to his injuries. Pankaj was taken to the International Hospital, Guwahati, where he was declared dead. Police sent the dead body for the post-mortem examination to the GMCH Guwahati. Monica, daughter of Ekus Kondorpo, was wanted to be married to Pankaj. Pankaj did not want to marry her. So, my lord, the daughter of the my lord, the Ekus number 1, my lord, has the love affairs with the my lord deceased. So, subsequently, he did not want to marry my lord. That is the my lord, this is the ground, my lord, they have picked up him. Or so to say, kidnap him, my lord. For that, Pankaj was assaulted to cause to his death. After the death of Pankaj, there was a sensation in the locality. When that body of Pankaj was taken to the village, there was a gathering of hundreds of persons. I heard that the excited gathering set fire one of the house of Kondorpo. After the death of the Pankaj, there was a sensation in the locality. When dead body of Pankaj was taken to the village, there was a gathering. I have it. Accused person later submitted one SIR in the police station against us, alleging that we set fire on the house. In the false case, I was also made accused. I stated before the IO. Cross-examination, man. At the time of occurrence, there was darkness in the night. On 2002, I was in my home with my family members. I heard cries and presumed to cries to be a Pankaj. Nirupama went with me to the place of occurrence. I saw the accused person in the veranda of the Sangha. I did not call the accused person. It is not a fact that I did not state before the IO the name of the accused Kondorpo, Monos, Orup, Kailas, Gautam, Jogesh, Dipen, Amol, Amresh Lokor, Ratul Soma, all of them he has uttered. The bottle which was found near Pankaj was its mouth open. I do not know about taking a Pankaj to Guwahati on 8/3/2002. He's denying that he has no knowledge that he has been prior that he has been also taken by them. I do not know as to that Pankaj was vomiting. I do not know who took bottle and handkerchief. I have not seen the bottle and handkerchief today in the court. I heard that there was love affairs of Pankaj with Monica. I do not remember if I stated to the IO that handkerchief and bottle were kept in the house of Ramesh Sharma. It is not a fact that I stated before the IO that Pankaj was vomiting and lying in the veranda of the Sangha. In the critical condition, it was not a fact that I did not say before the IO that Pankaj told me as to that he was taken from Guwahati and was assaulted in the house of Kondorpo. So here also, my lord, he said that he has stated that he was on 8, he was taken to the Guwahati, my lord. From Guwahati, he was brought to again his, my lord, the Smriti Sangha. I did not see who brought Pankaj from Guwahati. And when I did not come to Nolbari with Pankaj to Borwa Nursing Home, I also did not go with Pankaj to Guwahati. It is not a fact that I did not state before IO that after the death of the Pankaj, there was sensation in the area. Hundreds of people gathered. The dead body of Pankaj was cremated in front of the mandir situated in the courtyard of the Kondorpo. I was not present at the time of cremation of the dead body of Pankaj. The gathering people set fire in the house, and shops of Kondorpo Das. The house of Koilas, brother-in-law, and Kondorpo was also set on fire, which was near the house of Kondorpo. The house of Kondorpo is about 250 feet away from my house. I did not see fire on the house of Kondorpo and Koilas. I am also one of the accused in the case lodging by Moina. I did not see the substance on the face of Pankaj. I also did not see any injury on the body of Pankaj. Borkhola LP school is situated near the Sangha. The house of Hokot Das, Bharat, is situated the west of the LP school. Hokot was in the house on 9/2002, but he did not come to the Sangha in the night. Towards the east from my house, the house of Pankaj was situated after crossing about 8 families. On west, my house crossing the field and one family house of the Kondorpo is situated. Ekus, Dipen Das, Babul Das, Kondorpo Das, Orup Das, Manoj Das are persons from our village. House of Dipen Das was adjacent to the Sangha. There was a big paddy field. These are my only description, my lord. Here also, my lord. Then my lord, come to my lord 6. This is gone. This is 4 gone, my lord. Gauri gone. Then my lord, Kulesh Das. Then my lord, Kulesh Chandra Das, 39, my lord. Page 13, my lord. I know the informant. He is my co-villagers. I know all the accused persons. Some of them are not present today. I know them by their names and face. Manoj Das, Orup Das, Gautam Das, Amrit Talukdar are not present today. Kogen Das is not also present. That means he know all the accused person. I know disease Pankaj Das. The incident took place on 8 March and 9 March in the year 2002. At that time of the incident, I was coming from Borkhola Sok after doing shopping there. While I was coming, there was a hue and cry at Sohit Smriti Sangha. I went there to see what had happened, and saw the accused person there. Then I saw the accused person who are not present today. I saw also disease Pankaj there. The accused persons were browbeating Pankaj and forcing him to put a signature. Meanwhile, Pankaj elder brother Lavanya, accompanied by 2 other persons, arrived there and took Pankaj away from there. Thereafter, the accused person left the place by issuing cheat. I also left for my house. My house is in front of the Sangha itself. In the morning on 9 March, that is next day, Pankaj's elder brother Lavanya took Pankaj to Guwahati. Around 6:30 a.m., while they were going by front of our house, I saw them. On being asked, they replied me that they were going to Guwahati. Later, around 10:30 to 11 p.m. that day itself, I heard a shriek coming from the veranda of Sangha. Then I was at home. I got to hear that sound. I returned home a bit later after attending a marriage ceremony. On hearing the sound, I went out to the road and heard a shriek of the person again. Then I assumed that the said sound had come from the field of the Sangha. Then I proceeded towards the direction. Then I saw the accused person there. They prevent me from going there. As they prevented me, I raised an alarm. Hearing my alarm, the neighboring people arrived there, whereupon the accused person fled the scene. Some 6-7 people of the locality arrived there. Neighboring people, namely Deep, Kumut, Gauri, Nirupama, Hormohan, others arrived there. Later, a lot of other persons gathered there. After making an inquiry as to what had happened, we found Pankaj within bracket lying there. He was lying there in an injured state. We noticed a layer of some white substance on his eyes and face. Some white substance was found sticking on his face. Then we took Pankaj Das home. His condition was very critical. We took him at the nursing home owned by Nipen Mallo Bujar Burwa that very night and got him admitted there around 1 a.m. Since he did not recover at all, he was referred to International Hospital Guwahati. Accordingly, we took him to Guwahati at 10 a.m. and on 10 March. So, my lord, he is one of the person who was went to the Nalbari hospital, and from them he is also accompanied the injured person to Guwahati. While we were taking Pankaj to Guwahati, his condition deteriorated more. We reached international hospital. There, after examining Pankaj, the doctor declared him dead. Later, the police of Dispur PS were informed. Going there, the police examined the dead body and took it to the Bhangar for postmortem. Police prepared papers and held inquest. Police obtained my signature, so and so mile. So, this PW man is saying that he know the incident, he was seen the incident, he took him to the hospital, the accused person. After assaulted by the accused person to the hospital, then came with the victim to Guwahati, my lord, being referred by the doctors, my lord. So, my lord, close part. It was dark night at the time of incident. I was at home when I heard the scream. I was on the road when I heard the second scream. I raised an alarm from the field, not from the road. At that time, nobody was there with me. Thereafter, I did not go to the veranda of the Sangha. As soon as I raised the alarm, other people came there. I did not see as it is who had brought Pankaj to veranda of Smriti Sangha that night. Later, when the public arrived there, at the accused person fled the scene. A road ran east-west through our village, and residents are there on both sides of the road. The residents of the accused Kondorpo, Orup, Manoj, and Khogans are there in the west side of the road. Bharatdas house in the front of the accused Kondorpo's house. The house of witness Kumud Das father is situated there. It is not a fact that I did not state to police that hearing the scheme I had gone there, and hearing the second scheme I had raised an alarm. I was questioned 3 days after the incident. It is not a fact that I stated to police I could learn in the morning, that is on Iman, 10/3/2003, that Pankaj Das became unconscious after consuming some medicine, and that soon Pankaj reached the Guwahati. This is a suggestion, my lord. There, the defense is giving a suggestion that I could. It is not a fact that I stated to police that I could learn in the morning, that is on 10/3/2002, that Pankaj Das became unconscious after consuming some medicine, and as soon as the Pankaj reached Guwahati hospital, he breathed his last. It is not a fact that I did not state to police that hearing the scream when I had gone to the Smriti Sangha, I had been assisted. Taking Pankaj alone to the Guwahati, Lavanya left Pankaj in the house of his elder brother, Panindra. The accused person were in the Sangha on 8 March. Pankaj was there. No other person was there when the accused person were asking Pankaj to put his signature. On my arrival, I saw the accused person there. Going there, I could learn that since Pankaj had a love affair with the accused Kondorpo's daughter, Monica Das, a discussion was held there to get her marriage solemnized with him, and that of that purpose they wanted to obtain signature of Pankaj. Pankaj did not put his signature, but they were asking him to put his signature. I am also addressed as Baputi. Accused Kondorpo's wife Monica Bala Das lodged a case against me, alleging that I had burned their house, properties, vehicle, and shop. The number of the said case is 1 so and so. 10 other persons and I were named as accused in the case, and Honorable Assistant District Judge convicted my 4 co-accused persons in that case and sentenced them to undergo imprisonment. Pankaj was waiting. When we found Pankaj at the veranda, I did not touch the layer of white substance present on the face of the Pankaj. Taking him in the house, we washed those out with water. The house of Pankaj Das is 8 by 10 houses, 8 and 10 houses, apart from the place of occurrence. On 8 and 9 March, I did not notice any external injury on the person of Pankaj. Agricultural field is there behind the Shahid Smriti Sangha. A first agricultural field is also there behind the house accused person. There is no residence in that place. There is a bamboo grove in the west near the house of the Nirupama Das, a road run by the in front of the it. Accused Amresh Lohakar's house is 4 kilometers away from our house in the east. Among the accused persons, 7 accused hails from our village. I came from Nalbari along with Pankaj on an ambassador car. I do not know to whom the ambassador belonged. When Pankaj was taken to nursing home, he was not capable of speaking. It is not a fact that I did not state to police that 8 March the accused person had threatened Pankaj to put his signature. It is not a fact that I have falsely stated that on 8/3 ... coming to the Sangha, Lavanya had taken Pankaj away from there and that the accused person were threatening Pankaj to put his signature. It is not a fact that I did not state these things to police. While Pankaj was being taken to Guwahati, I also went there with them. Pankaj died when we reached Dadra, Hajo. Public cremated the dead body of Pankaj in front of the Shiv Mandir situated on the courtyard of accused Kandarpa. It is not a fact that I did not state to police that hearing the scream of the second time when I had moved ahead and the accused person had resisted him. It is not a fact that since Kandarpa's wife lodged a case against me, I have adduced false evidence. So, my lord, this evidence so clear, my lord. He has seen that people are assaulting these accused persons and he was taken to the, my lord, admitted to the Nalbari hospital. They are taken to my lord, Guwahati. And it is admitted that, my lord, the Kandarpa's daughter says her love affairs with the Pankaj, my lord. Due to not agreeing to marry, my lord, they are forcing him to put a signature in the paper as per the, my lord, this witness, my lord. So he denied to put, my lord, or refused to put his signature, my lord. So, my lord, lordship may come to the, my lord, then PW 5, my lord. It should have been 6, my lord. Again 5, my lord. Kumud Chandra Das, my lord. Page 49, my lord. Earlier, I adduced evidence in the court once. I know all the accused who are either present or absent in the court. I know this is Pankaj Das 2. The incident took place on 8 and 9 March. Around 7 p.m. on 8 March, while I was coming home, I heard the commotion raised by some people in Shohid Smriti Sangha. Arriving at home, when I asked my wife as to what happened there, she replied that the marriage between Pankaj and the daughter of accused Kandarpa was going to be held in the Sangha. Then I went there. Going there, I saw that the accused person were trying to solemnize the marriage forcibly, but we did not allow it to happen. So, my lord, it is admitted fact that on 8 also, my lord, they have brought the Pankaj to the Shohid Smriti Sangha, my lord, at around 7 or 7:30 p.m. Thereafter, we brought Pankaj home. The girl was also taken away by her parents. The accused person remained in the Sangha discussing something. In the morning on the following day, 9th March, Pankaj's elder brother Lavanya took him to Guwahati and left him in the house of his elder brother, Phanindra Mohan Das. In the morning, when I come across Lavanya and Pankaj on the way, I asked them as to where they were going, whereupon they told me for seeing. That means, my lord, the PW 4 and 5, they have also my seen, my lord, coming to Guwahati. The deceased and the, my lord, this complainant, my lord. Around 8 p.m. that very day, on one vehicle came and entered the house of Kandarpa Das. Around 11 a.m., I heard screaming of coming.
11 p.m.
My lord, there's 11, my lord. But the coming of vehicle, he have observed that one vehicle is entering to their house, my lord. Probably, my lord, they are bringing this person, my lord, this person in the vehicle. Around 11 p.m., I heard a screaming coming from the veranda of the Shohid Smriti Sangha. Hearing the scream of Pankaj, I came out of the house taking a torch alone and saw accused person, namely Kondorpo, his son Orup Monos, Gautams, Kailas, Amrit Taludar, Khogen Das, Jogesh Das, Babul Das, Dipen Das, Ratul Soman, Amresh Lokar, fleeing the scene, leaving Pankaj at the veranda of the Sangha. Then a lot of other people, including Baputi, Pules, Deep, Gauri, Niru Das, Pradeep Das, Bhuvan, and other also gathered there. So these are the witness, my lord, whose name has been uttered by this PW man. While Pankaj was lying there, I asked him as to how he had reached the place, whereupon he replied that Orup, Monos, Jogesh, Dipen, and Babul Das had brought him, my lord. So the my lord, deceased victim told him that the Orup, Monos, Jogesh, Dipen, and Babul Das brought him, my lord. We saw a bottle at the place where Pankaj was lying. A handkerchief which was put to Pankaj's mouth was also lying there. I have seen the said bottle and handkerchief in the court. Police seized those two articles and prepared a seizure list to that effect. Police took my signature. So he's a seizure witness, my lord. In the said seizure list, Exhibit 2 is the said seizure list. Exhibit 2 is my signature thereon. Material exhibit 1 is the said handkerchief and material exhibit 2 is the said bottle. Pankaj said that something had been poured in his eyes and could not see anything properly. Recognizing our voice, he replied to us. He told us that the handkerchief and some obnoxious substance had been put in his mouth forcibly. We immediately took the Pankaj home from the veranda of the Sangha. Taking him home, when we asked him about the incident, he replied in the feeble voice that after bringing him from Guwahati, the accused person had assaulted him in the house of Kondorpo first, and thereafter taking him to the veranda of the Sangha, they again assaulted him and poured some obnoxious substance in his eyes and mouth. We tended Pankaj by providing message, etc., and sent him to the Nalbari in an ambassador car that very night. Then it was around 12:30 midnight. The following morning, the doctor referred Pankaj to International Nursing Home, and accordingly he was taken there. Thereafter, we went to Khograpara police station and lodged an FIR. Lavanya Das lodged the said FIR. I wrote that azar as per person of the Lavanya. Exhibit 1 is the azar. Exhibit 1/2 is my signature when as Skype. Pankaj breathed his last on the way to Guwahati. Police took my statement. I have been working as a teacher for 27 years. So here also my in chief, my lord, he said that what this is a said, my lord. They have forced him to take this kind of liquid, my lord, and put in eyes and mouth, my lord. This is, my lord, to some extent, my lord, it is a, my lord, dying declaration, because this is the last words of him, my lord. I have
PW5 saw the handkerchief and the bottle
bottle also. He is a seizure witness.
in the courtroom.
Court also, because other were not seizure witness, that's why it has been not shown to them. But their evidence, they have said that a bottle and handkerchief one they have seen in the place of occurrence. They have seen, they said that we have not seen because they are not seizure witness. That's why the prosecution did not brought the material exhibits 1 and 2, seized by exhibit 2, my lord. I have close part, my lord. I have mentioned in the Azahar the names of only 3 accused persons. My lord, only the, my lord, Kondorpo, Pankaj, and Monos, my lord, father and 2 sons. Their name have been mentioned in the FIR, my lord. Then he also, my lord, in the close said that yes, only 3 names has been, my lord, uttered in the FIR. I have not mentioned the names of the other accused person. This is Pankaj was son of father of elder brother. Son of my father of elder brother. 8 March, going to the Sangha, I saw the accused person there. Pankaj was there too, except for Pankaj and the accused person. No other person was inside the Sangha. Some other person said that he had love affairs with the Condorpo's daughter, Monica, but I am not aware of it and nor do I believe it. Going to Sangha, we brought Pankaj along therefrom. The family members of Lavanya did not give their consent to the marriage, which was supposed to be solemnized between Condorpo's daughter and Pankaj. I also did not give consent to that marriage. Pankaj was at his house on 8 March. Lavanya too resides in that house. In the early morning on 9th March, Lavanya left for Guwahati, taking Pankaj alone. One Horendas was accompanied them. I heard that Lavanya and Horen had taken Pankaj along to the house of his elder brother Phanindra Das and left him there. I went to school on 9th March. I did not see who came in the vehicle and entered the house of the accused Condorpo Das in the evening. I did not see it as to how Pankaj had come to the Borkhola village that day. Here he's saying that, my lord, I did not see it as to how Pankaj had come to the Borkhola village that day. I did not also see it is to the how Pankaj had come to the veranda of the Sangha. 8 and 9 day of month, I did not see any injury on the body of the Pankaj. I do not know what was rubbed on the eyes of Pankaj, but I noticed a dramatic sense in his face. He was lying prostrate on the veranda of Sangha. Metal exhibit 2 is the bottle was lying there. I do not know what the bottle contained. The handkerchief was lying near Pankaj. Homage was also there. I do not know who took the bottle and metal exhibit 1, the handkerchief, away from the place. I do not know who handed over the metal exhibit 1 and 2 to police at the time of seizure of this article, but someone among us handed over the articles to the police. I asked nothing to Pankaj on 8 March. On 9th day, Pankaj was capable of speaking in feeble voice. It is not a fact that I did not state to police that Pankaj was capable of speaking in feeble voice. I stated that, but I do not know what police has written. It is not a fact that I did not state to police that Pankaj has mentioned the names of the accused person in feeble voice. Police went to the veranda of the Sangha. The Sangha is situated 3 houses apart from our house. 3 residents are there in between the Sangha and my house. There is an LP school near the Sangha. A big fight is there in front of the school. An accused Condorpo's house is the west of the field and the south of the road. Accused Babul Das house is to be the east of the house of our house. On 9th March, I did not meet the accused person during daytime. It was a dark night on 9th March. I stated to the accused police that hearing the scream of the Pankaj at the Sith Sangha at 11 p.m. on 9/3/2002, I, accompanied by other villagers, had gone there and had seen Pankaj lying on the veranda of Sohit Smriti Sangha in moribund state, and that vomits and other substances were coming out from his mouth. It is not a fact that I, as deposed today, did not tell the name of the accused person to the police, and that I did not also state to them that Pankaj had told the names of the accused person in feeble voice. At the time of lodging the affair, we were not aware of the fact that Pankaj had died. Public cremated the dead body of the Pankaj in front of the Shiva Mandir situated at the courtyard of the accused Condorpo. I did not go there. I was not present. I was convicted in the case lodged by the Condorpo's wife Maina on the allegation of setting their house, vehicle, shops, etc. on fire, and I was awarded punishment in connection with that case. Assistant District Sessions are disposed of the said case by passing a judgment. When Pankaj uttered the name of the accused person in feeble voice, other people, including Baputi Deep, were also there along with me. It is not a fact that I did not state the fact to police. I informed nothing to police regarding the incident and happened on 8. Earlier, I adduced evidence in this court on 2004. Pankaj's elder brother, Fanindra, did not lose any case with Nunmati police station. I have adduced false evidence today out of the grace I have harbored because of the case lost by Kandarpo's wife, Mainaras, and for the sake of
What is this?
my lord, this is something I have adduced false evidence today out of the grass that I have harbored because of the case lost by Kandarpo's wife, Maina, and for the sake of my lord. It is a different, I think this translation is wrong.
So lots of typing mistake, lots of mistake
Yeah, my
in
lord.
translation.
Because it
lots
says
of
then-
reading in the evidence.
Whatever my lord, he has stated all are my lord's
Mistake in
false
reading.
statement. Just Assamese person.
In the original, I can see this, what exactly PW5, no?
Just check up.
Not.
I think I have not.
It should be denial, my lord. How? After saying that I have making false statement, who will say, my lord? Maybe, my lord, if it is true, if they are in my lord in this original, I cannot say, but in generally,
Botany. No, not that. Oh,
Huh?
he said that he has adduced false evidence even in Assamese. কি এটো? হেৰি? Because of the case filed by Kondorpo's wife, she has adduced false evidence.
is it there?
Same things. These are the reasons for acquittal.
That's why you have to correlate that
My lord.
every 1, 2, 3, and 8, all these people.
My lord, to be frank, my lord, otherwise I am the not original advocate, my lord. Subsequently, my friend was an advocate, he expired, my lord. So
No.
I took up the case, so I have not cross-check up also, my lord. I am not blaming my friend also, but I have not cross-check up nicely also, my lord, that case.
No, that's not that. Today you are there, no?
My lord. Yeah, I'm there. But it is my duty to read all together, my lord. But that line, my lord, I never goes to the last line.
Not
Presuming
only
that-
you have to establish that. You have to establish your case.
My lord, that is true, my lord. No, will be, my lord. There's be a hostile witness, my lord, we will deny everything, my lord. We'll leave his part, my lord, will not consider. Whichever in favor of me, my lord.
He was
Lordship may pick up those lines, my lord,
He
in
was
case of
not-
hostile witness.
He was not declared hostile.
But not declared hostile, my lord. Factually, my lord, if he says so, my lord, after speaking all these things. And my lord, now earlier these days, my lord, when I am not blaming anybody, my lord, sometimes, my lord, while writing by hand, my lord, one time writing, my lord, sometimes, my lord, slip of my lord, word or somewhat may missing, my lord. I am not blaming to the, my lord, anybody who is recording the evidence, my lord.
It amounts to blaming. When you say so.
So, my lord, this is the evidence, my lord. And may I read another one, my lord? Then I'll not read others, my lord. Up to 7, I'll read, my lord. And I'll go to the doctors, my lord. Because on the basis of doctor's opinion, my lord, he said there is no external injury, my lord. That on that basis, my lord, they have been given acquittal, my lord. So I'll come to the, after reading, it's not much, my lord. Then I'll go to the doctor's evidence. Lordship may come this, my lord, the S. Bush also. My lord, S. Bush is not that much 11, my lord. The Deep Dash 7, my lord. He is one of the eyewitnesses nearby the place of occurrence, his evidence. And his name is uttered by the other PWs also, my lord. That his presence was there, my lord. He was present. Page, Oh, no, yes, remember, deep dust, very deep dust. My lord, deep dust, my lord, one, that my lord, they have said that one evidence is missing, my lord. They have not found the original one, my lord, in the paper book. My lord, lordship may come to the, my lord, paper book, my lord, heading, my lord. Kumud Das, my lord, proceed with the examine during the Novo trial. Deep dust. In this.
This is evidence of 2004.
2004, my lord, that's, did, my lord, this, 6 is not missing, my lord, here, that's I'm saying, my lord.
What is it?
Because my 2004 are, my lord, prior to coming with the other accused person, my lord, 319, my lord. So after de novo trial, all have been re-examined, my lord. So that part is missing, my lord.
Cannot be said as de novo trial, because normally what happens, initially there were 3 accused persons. And accusing them are the only culprits, the trial continued. After that, 319, other accused came into the picture. Thereafter, they were re-examined. It cannot be said as de novo. The earlier part will not be brushed aside. It will remain as an evidence.
Well, that's why I'm saying, but that is missing.
It
my
was
lord.
a 319,
Huh. Yes,
Accused
their
were
names came and they
Which
were made
was it?
accused. After that, because new accused persons came, they were re-examined. The earlier part will not just go away. It will remain as an
But
evidence.
again, re-examine them, my lord.
Re-examined.
Re-examine, that's why.
It
my
was
lord.
a continuation.
That's a continuation.
But
Yes.
almost similar, my lord. Somewhere, my lord, after 2 years, 1, 2 words may, they may slip of tongue, they are not, my lord, bring to the record, my lord, but almost similar, my lord. So this is, my lord, what I have, my lord, saying that 7 is, my lord, 2004, my lord.
which one is missing?
That, my lord, deep dust, my lord, they've earlier evidence, my lord.
Deep dust. How about PW6 also?
FSLs. Scientific officer.
The
Oh, fine.
Kumud Chandra Das. Sure. This is the sport. Let's come to the, my lord, the medical evidence, my lord. I'm coming to that, my lord. The division of
Page 58. 58.
my lord. 50 is the deep dust, my lord.
Hmm.
Dr. Torun Das. Page 60. Then let's come to the fight, my lord. The 6 is examined during the de novo trial, not found. That, my lord, let's come to the page, my lord. Second page of the second page, my lord. That is of index, my lord, of the paper book, my lord. Last line, my lord. The deposition of PW6. No PW6 examined during de novo trial, not found.
Where is it?
Last line, my lord.
But PW6 was examined, isn't it?
My lord, here is 2 times 5, my lord. So 5 is, my lord, Kumud Das also 5, my lord. The Bosch also 5.
Lordship,
Lordship,
in the
prior to
earlier, my lord, one Kules Das is PW6, which earlier, and thereafter he was examined as PW4. Earlier he was examined as PW6. Thereafter he was examined as PW4.
Kules Das.
Kules Das.
Kules Chandra Das.
Here, Pishwar Bartman, Dean of what Kiman Ahile? Kules
Four.
Das? 4.
Agot 6.
Agot ki asil?
6.
6. So who is this 6? 6 point. It is
And then 5 is double.
Not found to
Five double.
Hmm?
5 double.
5 double. Yes.
There is no 6. That you know.
Name of the persons are different, but the PW number is 10.
10.
Why? This is typing mistake or?
PW is 2 mine. PW 5 is 2 mine.
Hmm?
PW deposit of PW 5 is 2. One more thunder that one is as bush.
Huh.
PW.
So why both the PW5?
PW 5 is scientific officer. When you
Then
were
there is
examining
another
earlier,
photo.
No.
well, Lotsi may come to the Milot page 56. Who Milot? The
No, problem is there's a confusion in this PWs.
Milot, I am also confused.
There are-
Jahan?
Yeah, yes, doctor. Not clear also. Even in the judgment, the prosecution witnesses were numbered as it was given in the index. So PW 5, there are 2 persons. And 6 is no longer there, and he is saying 4 was 6.
Index is 10 PW, but 11 PWs as per this statement. Because 5 is coming 2 times.
Even in the original, it is same. From the evidence, I'll just read out the names. PW 1 is Labanya Das.
Yes.
He was examined and afterwards he was re-examined. Then 2 is Nirupama Das. She was also examined and re-examined. Then 3
Gauri.
is Kumud Das.
Hmm?
Kumud Das
Three?
was, 3 is Kumud Das.
He is
PW 5.
earlier Kumudas, later on 5.
But it is PW 3 is Kumud Das. Huh?
It is that is 2004.
2004.
4. In 6 he become 5.
2004.
In 6
2004.
he become 5. 2006.
2006, where is that? Oh, 5. It was later on.
Din
inserted
about
here.
upon examine করলে তো 5 হয়ে গেল।
After so many years, he was made 5. He was PW 3, Kumud Chandra Das. And after those 2 years, when he was re-examined, he became 5. This is all hodgepodge. And then 4 is Gauri Chandra Das. In 2004, he was PW 4.
3. In 6 he become 3.
In 2006, he became PW 3. Rightly, he was, this
Very
case was
difficult to compare
acquitted.
evidence.
PW 3.
How?
PW 5 was the scientific officer in 2004. And
Who was he?
he was the scientific officer FSL.
Name?
Name is Ash Busho.
Then Kumud Das.
Kumud Das was also 5 in 2006. And Busho was 5 in 2004 itself.
Yeah, how do we go about this?
We'll have to make a chart separately. 2004, these were the witness, and 6, these are the BWs.
You make a chart.
My lord, we have to recast the, but evidence and my lord, numbering is we have to recast, my lord. We are also, when we say PW 5, he become 3 in the
No, that's
2004,
why you
later
make a
become-
chart properly,
my lord,
both for the court as well as for the other side.
my lord, my lord,
Let us continue. Otherwise, this is totally confusing.
my lord,
Very
my lord,
confusing,
my
yes.
lord. If we are relying it to 2004 evidence, 2006, there may be a slight difference, my lord. Main cross examination also, my lord, industry also. So, for me also difficult, my lord, to take a stand that he's that is saying sometimes. Some new thing also coming in the letter de novo, my lord.
But
Examination.
Mr. M. Sarani, that counsel for the applicants. Also heard Ms. S. Jahan, learned additional to Assam, as well as Mr. A. Mubarak. Learned counsel for respondents 2, 3, and 4, and MS B. Barrow, M. Das for respondents 5 to 12. List the matter for hearing. After, how much time do you require?
It will
My
go
lord,
after
basically
Bihu, I
after
believe.
you become 3-4 days is my lord that our platinum jubilee. So maybe after
2
in-
weeks?
Immediately after Bihu. A date may be,
You want a date fixed?
it can be on 25 or 26. 25th,
25th,
Tuesday, immediately on the reopening.
25th,
27 can also be a date.
25th. no,
27th.
27th.
25th.
It is better we make it year wise, otherwise, because numbers are all different. 2004, these were the people, and 2006. And what they said. I'll also make a synopsis and
Okay.
because otherwise.
My
it's
lord, can it be 25,
25?
27? I have some my lord trial court cases.
25 is the immediate day after the vacation. I don't know if you'll be all ready. If you're ready, we're ready.
Yeah, I can be ready now. But immediately after Eid, actually. 27th, it will be already go.
No more cases.
Then we can have
Oh, my lord,
first week of May.
my lord, 2nd May.
2nd of May. then.
Third.
I hope lordships are there on that.
4th
day.
May, my lord.
I hope lordships will be there on that day.
Will be there. Wow. You won't keep it part-time.
Otherwise, lordship has heard from me. Up to your lordship.
Yeah, because my brother
My lord,
may not be there.
my lord. That again have to reconstitute, my lord. If you pardon.
If your lordship makes it partner, then it will come after my lord Ite comes back.
Okay, but
Lordship may keep it pardoned, my lord,
We will not keep it. better
because
not
the
keep it.
accused person, they are
Otherwise-
not in jail. They are out of jail. And my case also, my lord, slightly.
We don't know when my brother is coming back.
We'll
So
wait
we
for
have
that
to
till that
keep on
time,
waiting, and maybe bench may also be reconstituted.
my lord.
So better
And-
not keep it part.
And if it goes more than a month, then
Yeah.
Then my lord, after
May 2nd বা কিবা এটা কই-
second,
Fourth-
second to I have Shillong case, my lord.
4th May.
4th May.
My 4th May, I'm okay, my lord. I love Lajman.
Was it any border? Huh?